Mate, this desk is When are you going to get around to finding one or just building one, for crying out loud? I'm really getting tired of this one, and we deserve a better work experience.
Hey Benji.
What? Where'd you come from?
Yeah, you really don't need to write that.
What? What do you mean?
Because I know everything that you're thinking. I'm you and you're me.
Yeah, but I obviously still need to write you because nothing's getting done. Right?
We've talked about this before. We talk about it a lot. Just be patient.
Patience? See what I have to put up with? Ah, poor Benji. So I've been using this room as my office, and when we moved in and we were getting things organized, we just grabbed a couple trestle tables, and so I took the smaller one and put it in here as my desk, and then of course a year later nothing's changed. Previous video you saw me build a desk for Simon, so he was starting out with a similar table, but pretty quickly I got onto building him a new one that fit his work. So late last year, when the silky oaks were blooming their butt off in the front yard, I got around to thinking about what to do with mine. So I was in Bunnings one day and I came across these little tapered legs, and I really like them. I just thought they could look really nice if I got like a nice old piece of timber to put on top of them in the space. So I went to Homer's, which is a really cool place in Shep that sells all kinds of reclaimed items like gold doors, and it's where I found the door that I needed for Simon's study. So I bought that for, I don't know, I think it was $50 or something, brought it home, took off all the hardware and got to sanding it down a bit. I had to fill the old lock set hole with aluminum foil, so a bit of a trick, and then filled the hole with some spackling. Yeah, that's a good job. Good one. Then a bit of a sponge bath and a few coats of paint, and voila, here it is. The little egg-shaped knobs, love those things. Yeah, those are nice. Those are really nice. Thanks, Benji. But yeah, back to Homer's. Great place where you can, pick up an old piano, some of these old wooden baskets. I wouldn't mind going back and grabbing a couple of those. And then these really cool old planks, which I was hoping to use one of them, but they were all a bit too narrow. So I went over to the lumber section and was looking around in there and came across these hardwood old floorboards. And I thought these might do the trick. So I picked up a few of those and brought those home. And for the width, I wanted the size of it to be quite similar to the table that was there, but it needed to be just a touch not as wide, so it was a bit too wide, and then also a bit deeper. So I cut them around like 105 centimeters, about 41 inches long, because they were each about 13 centimeters wide or about 5 centimeters wide. And then the edging that I'll be putting around is around, like a couple centimeters, about 7/8 of an inch. So that would leave me a total width of about 110 centimeters or 3'7" by about 69 centimeters or 2'3", which is deeper than a standard desk, which is important because I wanted you to be able to just push the keyboard back and maybe the monitor back a bit, and then it's still a functional table for a guest to like plop a small suitcase or a duffel bag on, plop their laptop on the desk and do some work on their own. So I wanted something a bit deeper than the standard. So once I got my boards all lined up, it was an excuse to bust out the new planer, and you can see here, I'd probably have a better go at it if I had it kind of pinned down to the surface I'm working on and had a more appropriate bench top. Yeah, mate, like couldn't you at least pin them down or something? I mean, you could have used some of your grips or something. And I know, I just wanted to kind of get through it, and I don't know. So a few passes over the front and back of each board really helped me take all the gunk off, as well as got it down to the healthier portion of the wood. I didn't want them to look too perfect, so I left them intentionally a bit rough, but of course not rough enough so that anybody sitting at it is gonna get a splinter or anything. And nobody likes a splinter, ain't that right? And then just getting into the grooves a bit with the chisel, just to make the connections fit nicely, because I'll be gluing these together in addition to kind of the overall structure. which you see now. So using like a shorter board to put on both sides, that all 4 of those will be glued and nailed onto. But first I needed to get kind of the legs in, and the way the leg was designed, it had like a screw kind of sticking out of the top that we would stick into a hole, and then it would screw into a nut. So I had to somehow get the nut living inside of the structure of the tabletop. So first kind of drilling a hole for the screw to kind of go into. And then flipping over that bottom piece and basically creating a hole for the nut to sit inside, and gluing that nut inside the hole so that when flipped back over, it would be hidden in the body, but then the legs would screw tightly and secure onto the bottom of the disc. So smart, mate. I try. Yeah, just giving that nut a wank, and this is going fast, by the way. Well, the trestle table wasn't doing it for you? No, I had to get better purchase, so I went down to the ground, and bricks were better for that. Yeah, then glued that piece on all as one, and gave a bunch of nails, secure it. And then moving on to the trim pieces. So these are kind of, again, old recycled pieces I got from Homer's that will kind of go around the edge of the desk and hide kind of the supporting boards underneath, and also just be at a more decorative edge. Yeah, if you're looking in the background, you can see that what looks like a dog bed. It is a dog bed, so Simon made that for Sierra from our old curtains. And you can see here her lying next to it, but she has broken it in, so that's good. And the box underneath, it's not like a weird low coffee table or anything that I built. It's actually a box that some screen doors came in. Sure, I could have tried to make it myself, but there are just some things that when you're doing all this work, it's nice just to buy something sometimes. But we still had to get them hung. So as much as I wish I could have just shake this tin of paint and then boom, all of a sudden they'd be done. Oh mate, that'd be amazing. Yeah, right. No, I had to, go through all the steps. So getting a couple of coats of paint, taking a bit off the bottom, taking a bit off the side, and then going and getting the chop saw from the shed. Oh mate, God, we've taken that damn chop saw out of the shed so many times. I know, right? There's Simon kind of setting us up with some power. Oh, he's so amazing. Yeah, no, he's a good one. And then cutting down the mushroom stop. And what I'm about to do here, this is something you should not try at home. My thumb is far too close to the blade. Living on the edge, mate, living on the edge. Yeah, right. But to be fair, Simon was holding the end of the board. And then, of course, I need to get the table saw out to rip it down a size, because it was obviously a bit too thick for the door. Oh mate, when are we gonna get into that shed and clean it up? Oh, I cannot wait for that, mate. Trust me, man, I know. Oh, far out. But yeah, getting this thing out. How many times have we taken that thing out of the shed and used it and put it back? Too many times. Yeah, getting it, ripping it down a size, and then putting it back up again. Like Thanksgiving dinner. A lot of work before and a lot of work cleaning up after, but it lasts 15 minutes. You're right about that, mate. It's ridiculous. I think we've lost some watches just from this little segment alone. Probably. Finally, there we go. There we go. All right. And as you can see, so there's still a bit more we need to chop off. I didn't want to take off too much, so I can just use the planer and sand that bit down so it's nice and flush. But first, wanted to go ahead and glue it and nail it to the door itself. Take the planer to it. Check out our recess for the hinges. Chisel out a recess on the door frame, and then boom, there you go. Doors are hung. I just need some screens, mate. I'm like, yeah, those come in later. I didn't film that part. Voila! Oh, beauty! Looks amazing. Yeah, I love those doors. Anyway, back to the desk. Oh man, I forgot we were even doing the desk. I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, so cutting getting those trim pieces nailed on the sides. Just saw that little nub off. So detailed, mate. You're really good. Oh, thanks, Benji. And put the legs back on because I want to actually stand it up. Just need to get the stain on. Ah, looks amazing. But then as I was putting the stain on, I realized, oh, this thing wobbles a bit, as you can tell. So I wanted to think about some way to make it a bit more stable. That first coat's going on nice. So my idea was just to get some dowel, and then since it was going to be a desk and not be used as a table, I could use 3 dowel to basically connect most of the legs together, and then that would provide some more stability. So I'm getting a dowel that was a good size to go at the bottom of the leg, and then cutting those to size and getting those installed. Just drilling a hole that was just big enough, and of course not too deep. Of course this means that we won't be able to take the legs on and off, and that was my plan, so having a desk where you take the legs on and off, but with the instability I thought best to have it be a more stable desk that you can't take the legs off than an unstable desk that you can take the legs off. Very smart, very smart. Oh, look how exacting you are. It's gotta be just perfect. Absolutely, Benji, I'd do my best. Get those in there, and then of course I went back and glued them as well. But then of course getting them to match. So the legs already had just kind of a nice matte finish where you could kind of see the wood grain, so I wanted to kind of try and match that as close as possible. So I just got some black paint, and if you only need a bit of black paint if you're doing some furniture stuff, just get a sample. So a little sample tin, which is what that is. So just the standard black, threw some water in it, and it also is a flat finish as well. So when it dries, it would be the same one. So this was just me putting the first coat on, which you can see needs another coat, which I did put 2 coats on. And then sanded it back a couple more times, but I think I put 3 coats of stain on it all together. Look at that stain going on, so nice. Looks so nice. Oh mate, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. Go and check it out. It's sitting in the guest room now if you want to. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll do that. All right, later, mate. Later. See this desk image? Hold on a minute. Who are you? I'm Kai. Scott? This is nice. Why don't I know you yet? Are any of these rooms finished? Do you see any art on the walls?
The bed's not even made.
Oh yeah, haven't really got around doing that yet. Been busy, mate.
But this is done. This is finished. Yeah. I like this.
Scott! So there you have it. We have our new desk finished, and happy to welcome Kai into the growing family of personalities. I hope you've enjoyed this video and the bit of handiwork you were able to witness. But yeah, I really love how the desk turned out great. If you like this video, be sure to smash that subscribe button and give us a like, give us a comment, join in on the conversation. Look forward to hearing from you in future videos. Cheers. Bye.